Jowls are one of the most difficult signs of aging to improve unless you want to go underneath the knife or have something super invasive and have the budget to do so. The problem is we are now surrounded by products, treatments, gadgets, lotions, potions, all claiming to tighten and lift the skin around this area and make a noticeable difference. Some of them cost as little as £20, some of them go into the thousands, but they don't all work the same, they don't all treat the same area of the face, and they definitely don't all produce the same results. So in this video, we're going to be going through why we get gels in the first place and then discussing different treatment options from the least expensive all the way through to the most expensive. We're going to be discussing pain, downtime, treatment time, how frequently each treatment needs to be done so that you get the effect that you want, whether they can be safely used at home, and most importantly, which part of the jowl problem they actually address. Super important, because there's not just one. Let's talk about it. Now, as you know, my mum and I are huge fans of the ZIIP Halo. In fact, my mum's going to be sat here a little bit later on and sharing her experience with the ZIIP Halo. We're going to be sharing with you genuine before and after images of just one treatment with the ZIIP Halo and explain why, when I balance the cost, convenience, and results, that this is our favorite device to use. But anyway, we're going to start from the least expensive. So let's get on with it. Before we jump into talking about the treatments, we do need to understand why jowls develop in the first place, because having that deeper understanding will then allow you to make decisions further on the line of which treatment, which device is going to be right for you. So throughout this video, keep these 4 reasons in mind. Number 1, the quality of the skin. 2, the support underneath it. 3, the muscles and deeper tissues. And 4, the damage we're trying to prevent. No single treatment in this video is going to correct all 4 reasons for jowl formation, so just bear that in mind. Okay. First cream to tackle jowls is an SPF. Now, you may think that this will not tackle jowls, but actually it will tackle future damage, so hopefully it will prevent those jowls from getting any worse. SPF is going to be completely different to any other treatment that I recommend in this video because it doesn't necessarily give that lifting effect. It's not going to affect the jowls in that manner. It can't also replace volume, strengthen any facial muscles, or reposition the tissues that are already moving downwards. Next treatment we have is Gua Sha. Now, a lot of people think that this is a bit of a namby-pamby treatment and it's really not going to do very many things, and you would be right in certain instances, but it can make a difference to the jowls short term. So Gua Sha works on the surface of the skin, those superficial soft tissue layers. It does not reach the deeper supporting layers of the face. It just doesn't. So how does it help the jowl area out? Well, facial massage may temporarily move or maintain the fluid that is caught within these areas. When there's less fluid and puffiness around the lower face, it can make the jawline look clearer and more defined. The massage on the skin can also help to release some temporary facial tension. So although Gua Sha doesn't help to rebuild any lost support, replace facial volume, or permanently tighten loose skin, it is mainly helping with temporary puffiness and superficial fluid movement. That can still produce a visible difference, but I'd think of this as temporary sculpting rather than structural lifting. Next up, retinoids, the gold standard of anti-aging. Yes, this is going to give you a visible difference, but it's going to take some time. Retinoids initially interact with the surface layers of the skin. However, over time, with continued use, they can influence skin renewal and collagen production in the deeper dermal layers. If we increase skin quality, we are directly going to affect jowls because the skin, once it's thicker, plumper, tighter, is able to support the skin structure a little bit better, so you won't see as much of that sagging. Next up we have the ZIIP Halo. This is the device that I find the most interesting and the most effective when we weigh up things like cost, convenience and results. And I have my mum here because this is my mum's favourite device of all time. You used to use the New Face, now you use the ZIIP, much prefer it.
Yeah, it just feels like I've done something immediately after I've used it. That's why.
So the ZIIP uses two types of electrical current: microcurrent, which is how you get that immediate lift and sculpt, and nanocurrent, which works deeper in the skin's layers to give you those more long-lasting effects as you use the device long term. It will also help to stimulate collagen and elastin, so you'll get a better quality of skin as you continue. Returning to our original causes of jowls, this means the ZIIP is helping to address part of our muscle and contour problem. Now, it is not replacing facial volume or physically moving loose skin, but it may help the lower face appear more defined by temporarily stimulating the muscles underneath it. The combination of an immediate muscle toning effect and the potential benefits of consistent use is what makes the ZIIP so interesting to me and makes me want to use it every single day. For me, it's the nanocurrent that makes all the difference with this device, and it doesn't just need to be used on the jowl area. There are 17 different programs on the app that you can use on lots of different parts of the face and all of the face in one. You can do a treatment from just 4 minutes and onwards.
You can follow the treatments, or you can go into the other part of the program and just choose whatever it is that you've got an issue with. So there are some for contouring, there's some for your neck, which is incredible. There's some that last about 12 minutes, and that's the one that is the all over facial, which uses both nano and microcurrent. The founder's favorite is the one that I like best of all, because you can use it on your eyelids and you just leave it there like that. In fact, one of your subscribers actually asked the question, had I had an eye lift? And she said, no judgment here, no judgment at all, but have you had one? And I said, no, I haven't. It's just the ZIIP. You just place it there and it's really helped with my crepey.
So the ZIIP isn't just about the jowls, but it is brilliant for the jowls, as you will see on my one treatment before and after. Now, I only did one half of my face and I was just blown away by the results. Usually you don't just do one half of the face, so you don't see the results as I saw them on that day by just doing one half of my face and then looking at the difference with the other half of my face. And I was wowed.
As you get older, you just start to sag around here and you get that sort of wattly thing here. And I think it's really helped with all of that, to be honest with you.
If you do want to try the ZIIP for yourself, I do have an offer code. I'll pop that on the screen for you and also in the description box. Check that out if you are interested in learning more. Next up, we've got professional microneedling. This is tiny needles penetrating the skin to differing depths of the skin, creating an injury, which then sends signals to the body to repair, to protect, to produce collagen in those specific areas, making your skin plumper, smoother and healthier. It can improve texture of the skin, it can improve fine lines, mild skin laxity, so it can create a little bit more tightness. However, it is not directly exercising the facial muscles like the ZIIP would do, and it doesn't replace any lost cheek volume. It also doesn't treat the deepest supporting layers of the skin, so you do need to bear that in mind. It is, however, doing some good and will help to support the skin and give a little bit of a lift. So it can improve texture, it can improve fine lines, it can improve mild skin laxity. However, it is not directly exercising the muscles underneath the skin, replacing lost cheek volume, or treating the deepest supporting layers of the skin. So bear that in mind. It is improving the health of the skin, and with that you may notice the skin around the the jowl area looking firmer and more healthy. I will warn you though, microneedling on its own is not going to lift a substantial jowl by itself. Next up, we've got radiofrequency. Now, radiofrequency you can use in conjunction with microneedling. There are several treatments available that use both together. So both together you are going to see a more beneficial result. However, I've decided to separate them for the purpose of this video so that we can go into the exact science behind each one. So radiofrequency. Radiofrequency uses controlled heat within the collagen-rich layers of the skin. The exact depth of this controlled heat depends on the device that you're using. Some treatments remain in the dermis, while other treatments are designed to heat deeper tissue. So how does radiofrequency actually improve the jowls? Well, this controlled heat causes the existing collagen fibers to contract and encourage collagen remodeling over the following months. So you have to have a course of treatments. One treatment won't give you the benefits that you're looking for. It can't replace missing cheek volume. It also can't completely repair and reposition significantly descended tissue. So, it's not going to give you the effect of 100% lifting and sculpting that lower jowl. It's just not, but it will help. So let's talk about something that will replace that missing cheek volume. We're talking facial fillers. Now, if you don't want to go down this route, just skip ahead a little bit. But facial fillers do something. Done in the right way, a facial filler can look extremely natural. A lot of celebrities have overdone facial fillers and also had facial fillers in areas that I personally wouldn't recommend. So there's a lot of trial and error in finding the right person to do your facial filler if you are considering it. So fillers work in a completely different way to every other treatment we've discussed so far. They do not use heat, they do not use needles to stimulate repair, and they don't use electricity to stimulate the muscles. Their sole purpose is to add or replace support. Depending on the treatment plan, facial fillers can be placed directly beneath the skin, deeper in the dermal layers, or right above the bone, which is not as common, but it can be done. A small amount of carefully placed filler in the cheeks may help to restore some of the support lost from that upper face, making the jowl appear less evident. Chin or jawline filler can improve the overall shape and proportions of the lower face, and also you can apply a little bit of filler in the hollows in front of the jowl to make the jawline look smoother. However, filler does not actually tighten the skin. It also doesn't improve the quality of the skin, and it doesn't work on the underlying muscles either. Adding too much product in an already heavy lower face may make your face look wider and also a lot heavier and droopier. So really careful consideration needs to take effect with somebody that knows exactly what they're talking about before you even consider having any filler injected into your skin. Finally, we have Sofwave and Ultherapy. Now, these are very similar. They work slightly differently to different depths, but I'm going to brand them together. I'm seriously considering this, and I'm going to get my mum in here because we've spoken about this, and I want to get her insights. Now, the reason I brought my mum in is because I think she's going to find this next fact quite interesting, because we recently went to the Current Body clinic, and while we were there we talked about Sofwave, which is one of the treatments I'm talking about in this video. And Sofwave it uses ultrasound energy to penetrate the skin at a certain depth. It's more mid-dermal depth, and it can really help to tighten loose skin and create a more healthy working skin, so your skin looks a lot smoother. And while we were there, you thought, ooh,
like the sound of that.
I really like the sound of that, especially for neck,
And my arms as well, yeah.
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 However, Ultherapy is very, very similar. And while we were down at the Current Body Clinic, we realised how expensive Sofwave actually was. And it is super expensive, to the point where you said...
Yeah, even if they reduced it by 50%, I couldn't afford it. No, it's way out of my price range.
But Ultherapy is around about the same price, but because the ultrasound penetrates into the really low layers of the skin, you get slightly more benefits for the same price. Now, both of these treatments are spicy, quite painful. You wouldn't mind the pain, would you, really, if it's going to work?
Depends on how long it works for.
Yeah.
Because if you're paying a lot of money, you really, really want it to be lasting, well, longer than 3 months for a start, and probably I'd want 2 years out of it, to be honest.
So how does it work? It creates precise points of heat at selected depths, triggering collagen remodeling and gradually tightening the skin. So because Ultherapy reaches deeper depths than Sofwave, microneedling as well, and a lot of other topical treatments, it may be more appropriate for somebody with mild to moderate tissue laxity rather than only poor skin texture. So if you've got poor skin texture and that's all you're wanting to treat, then Sofwave, absolutely fantastic. More things, probably Ultherapy, and you're looking at around about the same price point. Both Sofwave and Ultherapy can't replace volume loss. It just can't, so it's not going to do that. Like I said at the beginning of this video, none of the treatments will cover all 4 of the reasons why we get those jowls in the first place. It can't also remove large amounts of loose skin. So if you have lost a lot of weight and you have a lot of loose skin, you're probably going to need to go down the surgery route rather than have Ultherapy or Sofwave.
So what would it be for me then? What would it do for me with my skin as it is?
So for jowls, it will help to lift, tighten, sculpt, and just really form...
Pull it back like that?
Yeah. You will get a lot less jowling, but it comes at a cost. Okay, so let's just do a recap. One thing that everybody needs to bear in mind is that there isn't an overall winner. It depends on your circumstances and also your budget. So someone with significant volume loss may benefit from carefully placed filler. Someone with mild skin laxity may be better suited to things like radiotherapy or Sofwave or microneedling. Somebody with deeper tissue laxity may want to discuss Ultherapy with their skincare professional. But when I compare affordability, pain, downtime, treatment time, and how realistically I can maintain the results, the ZIIP is the winner for me. Every single time. I do fancy Ultherapy though. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you to my mum for coming on. I know that you were sort of sat downstairs thinking, what am I doing here? But it's always really good to get your take on different devices and things that you would actually like to have done yourself, regardless of budget.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming on and sharing your thoughts.
Pleasure.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and give this video a share. It is more important than ever at the moment that you do share this video to anyone you think may find it equally as helpful. It really does help my channel out and I do appreciate it. Really hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.
Bye.